Come to your neighborhood, though. Go to your neighborhood. We want to see you walk around Queens. Go walk around Queens, man. Guy Brewer, with no security. We want to see what your life like. Quit trolling and playing with me. I'm a real life street in real life. Your gig is up. The laughs is over with. Man, they see what it's really been. Not what it is. It's been this.
So they ain't tell you about taxes?
Not at all. Well, I bought, of course, jewelry, cars. One of the biggest mistakes I made was not buying my home. Next thing I know, I look up.
And that 1000000 is just zero.
And then you get that knock at the door, this individual talking about.
Young Buck went live and dared 50 Cent to pull up in Queens without security, after 50 mocked him with a savage AI meme on his birthday. The post clearly hit a nerve and raised questions about what exactly 50 shared, and whether this just reignited a feud that has been brewing for nearly 2 decades. Around March 14th to 15th, 2026, during Buck's 45th birthday weekend, David Darnell Brown, a Nashville figure who once stood beside 50 Cent as a core G-Unit member during their peak, was simply living his life and staying focused on his business. There was no drama, no tension, and no online shots. Instead, Buck was hosting a rodeo-style birthday party at his Locker Room Nashville venue, surrounded by Southern vibes, horses, cowboy hats, and country energy, making it feel more like a life celebration than controversy. He also shared Instagram videos of himself riding through his neighborhood, talking with people he grew up with, shaking hands, and showing love to the community that supported him from the beginning. There were no sneak disses or hidden messages, just Buck celebrating another year with people who genuinely supported him, proudly walking through his neighborhood and receiving birthday love from every direction. This was not industry attention, but real neighborhood support, with longtime residents showing respect through hugs and handshakes, highlighting the roots and loyalty behind his story.
Any who follow you too. 100. This the Cadville way. You gotta all the way up. Go play with your kids, sucker. Get money. My C-Day. And I ain't signed to your ass no more. And I don't owe you a quota. Page in all 50s. Pope pitted.
During the live stream, Buck stayed in celebration mode, greeting people, showing respect, and focusing only on gratitude for turning 45 and the love his city still shows him. The mood felt peaceful, but it would not last. While Buck celebrated in Cashville, 50 Cent was already watching and preparing a disrespectful post. Known for moving quickly when he spots a viral opportunity, 50 has a habit of turning any moment into content, whether he is mentioned or not. This time, 50 Cent posted an AI-edited parody styled after the 1970s show The Dukes of Hazzard. It was not a quick joke, but a detailed throwback poster with the General Lee car and full cast layout. 50 placed himself as Bo Duke, with Tony Yayo also featured. But what really got attention was Victoria Woods, also known as Barilla, edited into the Daisy Duke role, known for her bold TV image. The post quickly sparked reactions as fans debated whether it was simple trolling or the start of another chapter in this long feud. 50 added another layer by placing T.I. as Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane, a character known for being clumsy, and since 50 and T.I. have also exchanged shots, the message seemed obvious. It looked like he was throwing shade at multiple people in one move, a tactic many associate with his online style. Still, Buck appeared to be the main target.
Where I'm from, this is my neighborhood. I gotta tell a man, you know, you be worried about talking about this and that. Man, listen, man. Do this. What's up, homie? Love.
No security.
Yeah, come through your own neighborhood.
No security.
Go to where you from and just walk through that motherfucker. Enjoy where you come from.
Right here.
You dig?
We need about 6
cups. What's up, OG? Yes, sir.
And get you one. And you gotta get you one.
You dig? Like, come where you from, homie. You know what I'm saying? Get some respect from the OGs.
The image gave the impression he had been pushed out and replaced, like he was no longer part of the group, which is what really got people talking. The caption to his millions of followers read, "They mad because you up, Young Buck kicked out you in the group. At least I know you ain't looking at my ALOL." Academics even reacted, pausing to really take in what was said. To some, it looked like typical trolling, but those familiar with their history saw something deeper. Their issues go back nearly 20 years, and the wording felt aimed at old wounds. The Young Buck Kicked Out line referenced Buck's 2008 G-Unit split involving business disputes and loyalty questions. While some saw a meme, others saw old tensions resurfacing. The final line also referenced a long-discussed personal rumor 50 has brought up during past clashes. This was not a random joke for laughs. The post looked planned, aimed at Buck's reputation and personal history, following a pattern 50 has used for years to get reactions. And it worked. Buck saw it and did not stay quiet. He fired back. But first, it is important to see how fast everything exploded online. The image spread quickly, even by internet standards. Major hip-hop blogs like Academics, Baller Alert, Industry Blitz, and Traps and Trunks reposted it within hours, pushing it to millions. By that evening, YouTube reaction channels were already posting breakdowns with titles like 50 Cent trolls Young Buck on his birthday and Young Buck responds after 50 Cent post, as reactions came in from all sides. Twitter turned into a debate, with memes flooding timelines and fans arguing over who was right or went too far. Some called it entertainment, others said it crossed the line, but either way, the internet made it a spectacle.
You know, I come off his Rock the Mic tour, and 50 telling me, yo, that account that I told you to set up, you need to go check it. And then I go over there and check that account info, and that thing's 0.0000 millions. I came back to 50 like, yo, bro, did you give me the right? Did you make a mistake? And he laughed at it like, yo, that's yours.
Opinions poured in non-stop, and both names started trending again because of a rivalry that still grabs attention. Barilla also joined the conversation, appearing unbothered and even enjoying the viral attention. From the moment the post dropped, the situation kept building momentum with no signs of slowing. With one well-timed Instagram post, 50 turned what should have been Buck's personal celebration into something much bigger. His 45th birthday, meant to focus on his journey and community, became the opening round of another chapter in their long-running feud. But Buck was not about to ignore it, especially not on his birthday. His response from Cashville showed he is not known for backing down. No matter what people online might think, Buck was never going to sit back, watch disrespect go viral on his birthday, and pretend it did not matter. That was never his style or his reputation in his city. To his credit, he did not go quiet or post vague motivational quotes. His response was direct, emotional, and tied to the same neighborhood pride and real support system that helped build his name. He grabbed his phone, went live on Instagram, and spoke from the streets of his Nashville neighborhood, not a studio or luxury spot. He stood among longtime faces and people who supported him from the beginning, walking through the area, calling people by name, and even stopping by Ed's fish spot like any normal day. There was no security or celebrity entourage, just Buck with his community as he spoke confidently. He made it clear he had seen everything, every meme, post, and joke. Nothing caught him off guard. He said he stayed quiet for a long time, watching without responding, but this time was different. The birthday post pushed him to finally speak. The moment he felt enough was enough. The live stream felt bigger than just a reaction. Buck also spoke about how 50 controls online conversations, using humor, viral moments, and social media to shape public opinion and turn conflict into content.
You know, your gimmick is up, homie. We all looking at you. What's up, OG? And I just be sitting back and watching, man, how been trying to manipulate these fans' minds until a bullshit come to an end and they catch up with you. Now you got kids all over you. You can't even do nothing with the man's children. So you want to just start trolling different folks and this and that. Man, come on, man. The gig is up, man.
This time, Buck decided he would not stay silent. He said the situation felt like smoke and mirrors, more about memes than music, and more about trolling than creativity. He suggested people were starting to notice the pattern. Buck also aimed comments at 50's other tensions, including the ongoing issues involving T.I., pointing out that real situations were already happening around him that deserved attention. Buck questioned why 50 was spending time making AI jokes about him on his birthday instead of focusing on his own situations. His message was simple: handle your own responsibilities before stepping into someone else's business. He also stressed that internet talk and real life are different. Online tough talk, he said, does not always translate to real-world respect. Whatever energy exists online should stay there, because the streets of Tennessee and life in Nashville operate differently than social media. To Buck, real reputation matters more than viral jokes. His message was direct. Talking behind a screen is one thing, but standing face to face with people who know you is different. Then came the moment that really pushed the story everywhere. The line that had blogs, podcasts, and reaction channels talking. Buck issued a simple challenge: go walk around Queens. That one statement shifted the tone. Until then, many saw 50 controlling the narrative online, but Buck presented himself as someone outside in his own neighborhood, speaking from real life instead of behind a screen. Some debated whether the challenge was realistic given 50's fame, since he likely cannot walk through South Jamaica without drawing crowds, but that was not Buck's point. His message was about principle. He showed himself moving freely in his neighborhood, shaking hands and getting respect without image control, presenting it as proof of real community support, and asking if the same could be shown elsewhere. Buck also ended with, "I don't owe you a quarter," referencing their past financial dispute.
God, how much trolling and sucker you gonna do before you do something, sucker? You ain't gonna do a god thing, all that old bluff. Keep that up there, for real down here, on my mama. From here to the A, and then it's real up there too. You dealing with them real up there, they on your ass. But quit trolling and playing with me. I'm a real life street, real life.
Reports say he paid about $200,000 through Nashville courts, settling the issue. In his view, the debt was handled and that chapter was closed. If Buck thought speaking out would make 50 back off, that did not happen. Within hours, 50 reposted clips from Buck's live stream on Instagram with a caption clearly meant to keep reactions coming and the situation trending. He wrote, "LOL, look at this punk ass. We know you like them boys, Buck. Barilla like the girls. That's a better fit around here, punk. You and your hood, because you broke, boy. LOL, broke boy." The phrase broke boy spread quickly across hip-hop pages. Comment sections lit up, memes followed, and group chats, blogs, and reaction videos all jumped in. Two words became a viral talking point and pushed their long feud back into focus. What stood out was how 50 flipped Buck's message. Buck was saying he could walk freely in his neighborhood and was respected there. 50 countered by suggesting Buck was outside because he had no other choice, trying to turn that pride into a negative by framing it as limitation instead of loyalty. Whether people agreed or not, this kind of response showed why 50 built a reputation for public rap feuds. He knows how to shape narratives and get attention quickly. Buck did not back down, but online 50 was controlling the moment. Tony Yayo supported 50 in the comments, saying, "We be in Southside all the time," backing their presence in Queens. Major outlets like Hot New Hip Hop, XXL, and Hot 97 also captured screenshots before some posts disappeared. 50 kept going, even resharing an old interview tied to a long-discussed rumor about Buck, adding, "No reunion. Forget that. Barilla on the next tour. I might even put him in my new show, The Accomplice." The message was clear. No peace talks, no reunion. Meanwhile, posts supporting Buck also gained traction, with reactions split down the middle. Some people supported Buck, saying he was standing on respect, while others sided with 50, saying his trolling was unmatched. The culture looked divided and the debate kept growing. People also brought up Buck's past setbacks, which is where the deeper story begins. This is not just about one post, but nearly 18 years of tension, business disputes, and public fallout. What makes this feud different is its length. This was never a short social media argument or something cleared up in one interview. It goes far beyond memes, viral jokes, or birthday posts.
Your gig is up, the laughs is over with. Now they see what it really been, not what it is. Business for me in my neighborhood. Where you from? Walk to your neighborhood. Get some respect. I'm on the same grounds either in this car wash, out no, with the riders behind me. Time to be playing with no man. It's my C-Day, man.
The real roots trace back to bigger issues that have ended many music partnerships: money disputes, contract problems, royalty splits, publishing rights, and what happens when close relationships mix with serious business. When friendship and business collide, the damage can last for years. Buck joined G-Unit around 2002 to 2003 during their rise, and in 2004 released Straight Outta Cashville, a platinum album that helped put Nashville on the hip-hop map. While the public saw success, problems were reportedly growing behind the scenes. One early issue came when 50 Cent and Shaw Money XL, who helped build the group, had a financial disagreement. When money problems enter a successful team, trust often gets tested, and those early tensions helped set the stage for a fallout still discussed today. Buck was also very close to Shaw Money XL, not just professionally, but personally. So when 50 reportedly told the group to distance themselves from Shaw Money, Buck was put in a difficult position. On one side was someone he considered family, even his best man at his wedding. On the other was 50 Cent, who helped open major career doors. It was not an easy choice, and whatever he decided came with consequences that would not disappear quickly. From Buck's perspective, he may not have fully understood how serious the fallout between 50 and Shaw Money XL was. What he did know was he did not want to turn his back on someone he considered a brother over a conflict that was not his. That loyalty reportedly triggered a chain reaction that slowly changed his position in the group.
A lot of money, but then there was a bunch of times where they said you had no money, like you lost everything. How did you lose all your money?
Honestly, it was more of a situation where I had no knowledge of legal money and how that rotated. I always got a hold of the paper and put it up in something throughout my whole life. So when
While 50, Lloyd Banks, and Tony Yayo kept moving together, Buck appeared more separated from group activities, with fewer appearances and more pressure to move on his own. He mostly promoted his second album, Buck the World Solo, a shift that can weigh on anyone who was once part of a tight circle. As time passed, media outlets noticed the distance and started asking questions about what was happening inside G-Unit. Buck stayed quiet at first, but in interviews around 2007 to 2008, he began speaking openly about financial frustrations, including royalty concerns. That reportedly did not sit well with 50, who believed internal problems should stay private. After that, things moved quickly. On April 7, 2008, during a Hot 97 appearance, 50 publicly announced Buck was no longer part of G-Unit, reportedly saying, "You can take this as official notice." It felt direct and final, with no long explanation or public negotiation. Fans saw it as a sudden ending, but what happened months later affected Buck's career and image even more. In June 2008, 50 released audio from a private phone call recorded about a year earlier, about 16 minutes long, which quickly added more tension to an already complicated situation. In that recording, people heard a different side of Buck, not the tough public image, but someone emotional, stressed, and worried about his future, apologizing and asking not to be removed from the group. The emotion sounded genuine, like someone afraid of losing what he had worked to build. During the call, Buck reportedly said he did not feel right attacking someone he once worked closely with. Explaining their history made it hard to turn things into a diss. At the time, he did not know the conversation was being recorded. One line from that call kept getting brought up for years, especially the part referencing a family connection, which stayed tied to his public story long after. What also stood out was how calm 50 sounded. He was not yelling, and his tone came across as controlled, almost like someone giving advice. At one point, he reportedly said something like, "Stay closer," which some took as guidance. But when the recording was later released, opinions shifted. Because it surfaced during rising tensions, many saw it differently, and it added another layer to their already complicated rivalry. Once 50 released the audio, the reaction was immediate. Blogs and forums quickly picked it apart, and public opinion formed fast. At the time, online hip-hop culture could be harsh about emotional moments, with vulnerability often misunderstood. Image was everything, so hearing a respected rapper in a private emotional conversation quickly became major gossip. The reactions were harsh, comment sections filled with strong opinions, blogs kept the story trending, and Buck's public image shifted from a strong Southern G-Unit voice to being defined by that personal moment. Buck responded quickly. The next day, he released the diss track taped conversation, rapping, "The only people that record conversations is feds and the police," a clear response to the leak. Still, many felt the recording had already shaped the narrative too strongly to be undone by music alone. From then on, many fans believed 50 had the edge in their public exchanges. Buck also remained tied to G-Unit Records through contracts, which reportedly limited his ability to release music freely or rebuild momentum during that time. There was a brief positive moment in 2014 when G-Unit reunited on stage at Summer Jam for the first time since 2008. Fans were excited, and it looked like tensions might be easing. But whatever issues remained were not resolved, and the distance soon returned. What seemed like a fresh start became just another short chapter. In 2019, things escalated again when 50 released alleged audio involving Buck and a transgender individual, sparking another wave of online trolling. 50 continued posting jokes, parody fundraising pages, and public shots on Instagram. Reports of copyright disputes involving Buck's videos added more tension, while repeated claims about money owed kept the conflict focused on personal and financial issues. Buck tried to redirect things toward music by suggesting a versus battle, letting Skills settle it, but 50 never responded and the trolling continued. The conflict eventually moved into legal territory, centered on about $250,000 that 50 claimed was advanced in a 2014 recording deal tied to two reportedly unfinished albums. In 2020, Buck filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and G-Unit later filed a creditor claim, starting a long legal process in Nashville federal court involving financial disputes, asset disclosures, and music rights. In July 2025, the case was resolved when Buck reportedly sold assets and paid about $200,690 to 50 Cent, closing that chapter. Outlets like Hip Hop DX, Complex, and Vice covered the outcome, with many headlines focusing on 50 winning the dispute. Around April 2025, Buck also served 30 days in Sumner County Jail, related to a separate bond issue, adding more pressure during an already difficult period. Together, these events showed how long and complex the rivalry has been, stretching beyond music into personal, business, and legal conflicts. His mugshot spread widely online across blogs and social media, and 50 reacted quickly, reposting it with the caption, "Damn, how that head get like that? Police must have hit him in the head, LOL," along with a Megamind gif. Moments like that showed how fast 50 responds and how quickly the rivalry returns to the spotlight. By March 2026, things had come full circle with birthday drama, horse videos, social media jokes, and a feud still active. Buck is also not the only conflict on 50's radar, as he has had public tensions with T.I., Papoose, and Clarissa Shields. Different situations, but many see a familiar strategy involving social media posts, viral jokes, and attention-grabbing moments. It also raises a bigger question about whether this is still entertainment or something more. Despite the memes and jokes, Buck and 50 once built music together, shared success, and even called each other family, which is why some see this as a legendary rivalry while others see it as an unfortunate fallout. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this beef will ever end? Or is this just how it is from now on? If you made it this far, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with somebody who follows hip-hop news, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Stay locked in for more breakdowns and updates on the biggest stories happening in the culture.